All kinds of people talking smack about, oh, what do you consider an injury? We don't talk about whether a guy is fine or he's not fine until we've had him checked out by the doctors. Mirko's been checked out by doctors in Croatia, doctors here. Mirko's eye is good and ready to go.
We did sparring with UFC gloves, and unfortunately I had a headgear, but it just went through. But I'm okay. I'm okay, and doctor clarified it, and I feel good.
I've been fighting for a long time, and I got 4 kids. I got a lot of pent-up rage in there. I gotta let that out at some point. I can't. Kids are too little. I can't hit them. I gotta hit somebody else. So, I just bottle it up and suppress it until I get to the cage, and then I let it go. It's my therapy session. It's either that or go to a therapist. It's a lot cheaper this way. So.
Because Don Corleone sent me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
Would that be Dana?
No. I think you all know the story. I was taking my rest. I was carrying from the fight, and Lorenzo Fertitta just called me, and he said if I could jump in instead of Nogueira. And that's first thing why I think I felt responsibility to UFC. First of all to UFC and to UFC fans, and second thing they pay me well, and there's no other mystery.
I've lost, like you said, and thank you for pointing it out, I've lost lots of fights. But, I train too hard too long to go out there and try and think about anything besides finishing fights. I go out there, I'm going to go out there and try and end it. Knockout, submission, whatever. I'm never going to try and go the distance again. And, if it goes the distance, I would automatically feel like I lost. I didn't do something right. So no matter what, I'm trying to end the fight. If it doesn't happen, I'm a little disappointed. But I've noticed the fans like that. They want to see somebody go out there. And I've said this before, I would rather go out there and fight the best fight of my life and lose a decision than go out there and fight the worst fight and win. That's an easy choice to me.
You're not going to find a bigger Chris Lytle fan than right here, man. I think the guy's an exciting fighter, and what you want as a fighter is to put on an exciting fight. There's no way this fight's going to be boring, man. It's going to be, I don't even look at it as I'm fighting him again. It's like I'm fighting him for the first time, because you're going to have it's going to be guys with a different mentality now, man, where we're both going to look to take each other out, it's funny, man. My last 2 fights, I had guys that I wasn't really crazy about, and there was some good pre-fight stuff and whatnot. Me and Chris get along great, like you said, we roomed together and we were buddies on the show. I don't think you're going to see that in the cage, I think we're going to be trying to take each other's heads off. But afterwards, I'm sure we'll have a Bud Light. Is Bud Light still sponsored? But I'm sure we'll have a Bud Light together and we'll have a good time. What's funny? If this was actually got legal in New York and I fought Chris, he's such a nice guy, they might be booing me there. That's the problem.
I was already sitting there going to the car. I'm like, all right, what are the heavyweights fighting on Saturday? I had actually made a joke to Matt Mitrione. I was like, you've had 2 fights. Main event, man. Cool guy. Let's go out there and have a war. So, but at the end of the day, as soon as I found out that he had cleared the athletic commission, I was like, all right, everything's perfect. Regardless of what the eye looks like, what I hear from fans, I just care what about the doctors say. They say it's cleared, and that means that I expect to fight a very fierce and dangerous Mirko on Saturday.
I assume he wants to keep it on his feet, and he'll feel comfortable if I take him down too. So, great opportunity for me, legend in this sport, respect him very much. But I'm looking to go out and beat him, and he's going to do the same. So wherever the fight goes, that's where it's going to happen.
I think here I can fight with the best guy of the world. I think I feel good to be here. For me, it's a pleasure to fight with Ryan Bader. I think he's a very quality guy. He's a very tough guy. I think it's going to be a very good show.
If there's a fire while you're here, will you get called out to fight it?
I hope not. That's going to be bad news. I'm thinking the whole city might burn down, because I'm thinking all my fire department people should be watching the fight. So.
And
don't start a fire.
Will you bring Matt Serra with you to fight the fire?
Yeah, it would be a 2-man team. We can work together, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but we'll see.
They better bring somebody taller than Serra. They got ladders though. very bummed out. You know, that was such a great fight, and you know, anytime you have a great fight like that that's tainted, it sucks, to be honest with you. So, you know, the thing about this sport is now he will go before, every time that these athletes step in to compete, they're tested by the government. Not only for, you know, performance-enhancing drugs, but all other kinds of drugs. You know, these are the only athletes other than boxers that actually step in and are tested by the government. So now Chael is going to have to go before the California State Athletic Commission, and we're going to have to find out what happens, and we'll go from there.